everyone, this is The Last Word and I'm Maria Shakil. The murder of Baba Siddique, an influential politician who was part of the coalition government of Maharashtra, has sent shockwaves across the country. But first up, here's the latest in the investigation. Police have arrested the fourth accused, Harish Kumar, a 23-year-old from Uttar Pradesh, in connection with this murder. He was working as a scrap dealer in Pune and allegedly supplied money and other logistics. Another significant update in this case is that the Mumbai Police has recovered a black bag near the scene of crime. Meanwhile, actor Salman Khan's security has been increased. He has been upgraded to Y+ security. The murder is linked to notorious gang whose leader Lawrence Bishnoi is currently in Sabarmati jail. The gang's name also popped up connection with the murder of Punjabi singer Sidhu Moosewala in 2022. The sensational murder of NCP Leader has brought back memories of the 1990s, when politicians and film stars were frequently targeted by Mumbai's underworld. But the question arises, is it the return of gangs in Mumbai? Is there any connection between Bishnoi gang and Baba Siddique murder to Bollywood? Joining me on the show, Nasir Abdullah, who's an actor. We have Tara Deshpande, writer and actor, and P.K. Jain, former additional DGP of Maharashtra. Tara Deshpande, beginning with you, it's only getting murkier. My question is there a sense of fear among the stars that what used to happen 20 years ago seemed to be happening again in 2024?
Thank you, Maria. And yes, I think the fear is quite palpable here. I think people are concerned. I think it's kind of like a flashback to the 90s when these incidents were unfortunately very common. And I think there is a concern, more so because people don't know exactly what is going on or what this is all about. So the not knowing is worse than the knowing. And of course, there's a lot of grief, there's a lot of sadness because Baba Siddique has been killed in such a brutal manner. So I think all in all, yes, people are very concerned and worried.
Yes, and Tara, one may start thinking that this is almost like a splash entry of a new gang in Mumbai. A big bang entry as it is being seen as. I was speaking to several top cops who are of the opinion that this is Lawrence Bishnoi gang announcing its arrival with this kind of high-profile murder.
Well, there are a couple of pieces to this puzzle that don't quite fit. Because if you look at the modus operandi of the other killings that he's been associated with or claimed that he has been a part of, whether it was the Moosewala, whether it was, other killings of other politicians like Goga Mehdi, for instance, they have been either gang killings because of gang rivalry or there's been a direct revenge motive. So when Moosewala was assassinated, it was because of Muthu Kera's killing that they avenged him. So Vicky was killed in 2021 and Moosewala's assassination took place in 2022. So these are very immediate. There is generally not a lot of gap between, the motive and the carrying out of an alleged assassination. So it's kind of flummoxes me. Why after such a long time? I mean, this case goes back to the Blackbuck case goes back to the late 90s. Why this long? Because after all, Lawrence Bishnoi has been involved in the world of crime since he was in his 20s, right? Since he was a very young man. 700 shootings or more have been attributed to him. So why such a long period of time? I mean, this could have happened 5 years ago. This could have happened 4 years ago. Why now?
Okay, perhaps P.K. Jain can answer that question. Why now, sir?
Namaskar. See, as for this, I cannot give you any answer as to why has he made this entry. He has been threatening Salman Khan for a long time.
Yes.
It is only that his activities got aggravated sometime in 2019 when he first sent somebody to recce his residence and see his movements. And then last year he got him actually fired upon. So it is very difficult to say as to why he chose this time. But one thing, he has been spreading his tentacles across the country. And see, Mumbai has not seen any mafia-like activities for the last almost over a decade. So maybe he found, and other places, incidentally, in Maharashtra, I would not say that he's new to Maharashtra because he has certain associates in Pune. And now we have found that he also has his associates in Madhya Pradesh and other parts of Maharashtra. So maybe that now he finds that the gang-like activities in Pune, Nasik, Nagpur, all these upcoming tier 2 towns, from there he's now graduating over to Mumbai.
But PK,
But
my
this
question
particular
is,
case,
we are not looking for someone here, or the cops are not looking for someone who is on the run. He is sitting in a high security prison, in jail, in Sabarmati jail, and he is expanding his operations.
Maria, I would like to specify one thing here, that for one bit, I'm not saying that this is the only motive for his for the murder of Mr. Siddique. This is one of the options that police is exploring. The other option could be the real estate dealings of the deceased. So, as of now, the police has not come out with any authentic official statement in this matter. So we are all guessing that this is because all other things are adding to 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. We are saying that this would be, Lawrence Bishnoi or his gang. And we are all, penning our thoughts and actually our theories in the direction that he's been operating from Sabarmati jail. So till the time the direction is given by the police that they are working on this particular theory specifically, I would not say that Salman Khan angle is the only angle that we should look at. We should also look at a number of other dealings that Baba Siddique had, and the real estate dispute that he had, one of the bigger builders in the field who also had very strong political connections. It is known to everybody. It could be that particular angle also. I mean, the police are working on these 2-3 theories. So only saying that Lawrence Bishnoi has become very big, he now wants to enter the underworld in Mumbai, that could turn out to be true. But as of now, there are 2-3 theories the police are working on. And Salman Angle is only one of them. And see, Salman has got so many friends. Baba Siddique is not that kind of a heavyweight, was not that kind of a heavyweight politician or minister that he could have, that he could have become the butt of target of this gang. He was one of the politicians. He had a small time stint in politics. He was 3-time MLA. He was a minister for a very short period. So I would not, say that he was one of the top-rung politicians in the state. So killing him as one of the buddies of Salman, to me, it could turn out to be true, but to me, it also is a far-fetched theory that everybody is propounding. I think his real estate dealing should be looked into. He got a threat from Dawood in 2012 that was subsequently settled with the intervention of certain other people. He was big time into Bollywood. Bollywood even today does not get the kind of finance from the financial sector that they ought to be getting. So he may be one of the financiers for Bollywood also. And he was also, in any case, channelizing a lot of money. He had made a lot of money in the real estate deals. And as I know, as what I have learned, it was earlier also public knowledge that he was involved in a couple of SRA projects where there was a dispute. He was coming in their way. He was not allowing them to go ahead with it. Stakes were very high. Stakes are very high, in fact. And that also could be one of the reasons. It is a very, very calculated move, the way it was conducted. The crackers were burst, then the firing took place. The people who were involved were Nausikhiyas. So I would not say that the Lawrence Bishnoi gang would be the only angle the police would be looking at, and they are looking at. They are looking at 2-3 other possibilities also.
Okay. So there are multiple angles in this story, of course, but Tara Deshpande, as a writer, this is turning out to be one of the real life scripts as well, unfortunately, which resembles real life. In 1990s, of course, we had seen targeting of, Gulshan Kumar, for example, the T-Series owner. And similar incidents happened in which politicians were targeted by the by underworld. And now there is another gang which is believed to be behind this, although the piecing together of evidence is still being done, piecing together of events leading to his Baba Siddique's murder is still being done. Do you think there's several unanswered questions, and particularly one question which remains unanswered till now is what is the motive? We do not know the motive behind this killing.
Yeah, as I said earlier, that, it's a jigsaw puzzle and there are a lot of pieces that don't fit. The timing doesn't fit, the motives don't fit. In a sense, I think if you follow the money, you may get some answers because, In the end, a lot of these activities require financing, they require money. So where's the money coming from?
Yes.
And where is it leading to? So I think, the Mumbai Police is one of the best police forces in the world, let alone India. And I'm sure they're looking at all these different motives. And I'm sure we'll have an answer very soon. But I would say that it's still early days.
It's early
and
days,
we should
absolutely.
be cautious. Yes, cautious.
Yes, we have Nasir Abdullah also joining us. Mr. Abdullah, if you can hear me now, there was a bad network at your place, and that is the reason why we could not have you earlier. I have just enough time before I play that interview with Ram Gopal Varma. Your thoughts on this investigation so far in the murder of Baba Siddique?
Yeah, you know what? I'm not sure if I understand very well how. I mean, there was a call apparently from a gang member of the Bishnoi, the gentleman. Now, let me tell you something. Anybody can make a call and say they are calling on behalf of whatever. Many years ago, Preeti Zinta had some kind of a problem about her boyfriend, Neswadia, and she had left. And apparently some guy called Ashok Pujari, who was a kind of a mafia guy, called up Mr. Nasli Vadia, apparently threatening him. So this is my deal. Anybody can call and say they're so-and-so. How can we be sure, firstly, that Lawrence Bishnoi is behind the so-called message that has been sent that he is responsible for this thing, and this is because of so-and-so reason, because of the very suspect, and of course there is a possibility. But is it verified absolutely that it's Lawrence Bishnoi who made that call through his gang member?
Not till now. Of course, it's the subject of investigation. These
Good.
are early days.
Good. And now it seems, because now it is a murder case, there is a lacuna that he's already held by the Gujarat cops and cannot be transferred to another location as a suspect for a murder case. And it's a heinous murder case, cold-blooded murder. So I don't understand what is really going on here. I mean, if it is so, they can find out very, very quickly who's behind it. They can do the narco analysis as well on this man and find out if he's really behind anything that has happened in the past, for example. So I don't know. It could all be a ruse. It could all be one of those things to kind of generate some kind of a hula boo, etc. And like I said, anybody can make a call. I can make a call and say I'm so and so. So that is my first of the contentions. And I find it very, very hard to believe that it's anything to do with the Salman Khan Association. I doubt it. Baba Siddique was a politician who was a bit closer to the film stars than the others, maybe, but that does not warrant his assassination. So I think it's a lot of bunkum, in my opinion, but maybe I'm wrong.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, Nasir Abdullah, Tara Deshpande and PK Jain. Earlier today, I spoke to Ram Gopal Varma, a filmmaker who was known for his mafia films. Listen in to what he told me. Your cryptic post after Baba Siddique's murder and the whole Friends of Salman Khan angle that they are being targeted by Lawrence Bishnoi gang has everybody guessing. What do you wish to convey with that tweet? Or should I say series of tweets?
Yeah, I think, I meant it very clearly. There is nothing really cryptic about it. And it's everybody's knowledge exactly what happened on Saturday night. The point is, I think it's like in 90s, and I think the last time we heard about any underworld activities probably in 20 years back or maybe more than that, And suddenly when you think it's all calm down, it won't happen, and out of the blue this hits, it's almost as if either you call it a resurgence or a new kind of an underworld. Because the past underworld was mostly operating in Bombay City, like if you talk about D Company or something. But here this suddenly looks like an international, this thing where they have shooters all over the place and even abroad and all that, and they operate from jail. This is something you never heard. Yes, we heard of gangsters operating from jail, but not at this level and this scale, that a man can think, be somewhere like a queen bee or something and having a huge network of criminals working for him, I think is something which no one has ever heard before. And the uniqueness of the situation, it looks like in the past, if someone does a crime, you want to track him and he's absconding or you're trying to catch him. And the kingpin who's claiming that it is him, he's already in the custody of the government. So that is a very unique situation when one can't make out how it can be sorted. Yeah.
And Mr. Varma, since you have made a number of movies on Dawood Ibrahim as well, one of your films was on him. Politicians having fallen victim to gang-related attacks is nothing really new. It reveals the known dark underbelly of Mumbai. And do you think this is completely out of the blue or completely new kind of crime which is emerging?
I think this is a very new kind of a thing because, the underworld is more like a business organization, though it does crime, though it does violence sometimes to fast track their reasons for getting money. And I'm not saying this particular gang is not into that, but additionally, I think the character of Lawrence Bishnoi is to take into consideration here. Like on one hand, he says he wants to take revenge on a film star for killing a deer. And then he will say it could be extortion. Then he has got some patriotic fervor, like rumors of him helping the government to fight some rebels against the government. So I think there are many hats which this gang is wearing, which is not very, unlike the earlier gangs, what you were just talking about. So I think, and if you look at it because of the social media phenomena, he's gathering quite a lot of attention. To give an example, I have 6 million followers, and I put a tweet about him, and it got nearly 6 million views. And that just is an indication of what kind of interest he rose in the public's mind. Yes, the public are always fascinated with Johns, which is the reason we make films and all that. So I think he's almost getting a cult following, which is a very, very new thing, which I don't think I ever experienced something like that.
And, there is something unique about your phrasing as well. You have said that, is this animal love at its peak or God playing a weird joke?
Yeah. See, no, the point is, like I mentioned in the tweet, if someone writes a story like this and they'll be kicked out of the industry because of the ridiculousness, but they say truth is stranger than fiction. So the point, I think he's getting all this publicity mainly because of what he said about Salman. So we never in the world history, I think anybody heard that to take a revenge for a deer's death, he wants to kill a superstar. So that is what which actually caught the attention, apart from the death of the pop singer Sidhu Moosewala. So this also on the side, apart from his intentions of what he wants to get out of it, he's taking a very new approach, like how when we make films, we want to make a trailer, we want to make some kind of a promotional pitch. So I think he's building up his gang with all these, what do you call, outrageous kind of claims and statements. Whether he means it or not is not the point, but it is working for him to get popular at least.
And you say that this is almost like a cult-like following that he may have.
Yeah.
But Mr. Varma, I had a top cop on my show last evening, and he said that this is a Lawrence Bishnoi announcing his arrival in Mumbai because there is a vacuum among the mafias or gangs in there after, what is seen as not so active Dawood Ibrahim.
Yeah, I think, like earlier mentioned, the D company used to operate primarily only in Bombay, never. So this guy seems to be all over the place. You hear about him in Punjab to Haryana to somewhere, and then, of course, what happened in Bombay and then Canada, somebody being killed in Canada, this Punjab Khalistan Pro guy. So I think it looks like he's spread over across all over. It is not limited to one certain place, And I think his operation style is very different compared to the gangs of 90s and 2000s. Yeah. He's almost like half becoming a cult leader. That's what I'm trying to say. His personality, the way he speaks on TV, you'll obviously get attracted to a man who speaks like that, you know. So I think that is a very different thing. If you look at it, you never heard Dawood Ibrahim speak. Very rarely you hear gangsters speak and trying to make a style statement. It's almost like he's making a style statement. That is, I mean, I know it sounds ridiculous for me to say that about a gangster, but that is the nearest I can explain and I can think about it.
Yes, we certainly do not wish to glorify him. But Mr. Gopal Varma, my question is also that, you know, what's becoming evident here is that politicians, mafias, Bollywood, everything seems to be intertwined or having some linkages. Would you also say, have you in past faced life threats? Because, you know, what played out...
See, I never did, actually. I mean, in fact, because of the films I made, Satya and company, those guys kind of used to like me. I don't know whether to take that as a compliment, you know. So I personally, myself, have never received threats from the underworld. But coming back to this, I don't believe in today's time, we saw a lull into last 20 years, nothing like this happened. Because I think the underworld is also patronized by businessmen, by some film industry people, and they're kind of mixed up. And that kind of a bondage has gone completely, it disappeared in the last 20 years, you know. So I don't think any legitimate businesses and legitimate politicians want to take the help of the underworld to sort out their problems. Because of that, I think this is more towards a cult, building a cult. It's like, you know, I want to get justice for something, or he's acting like a vigilant, and at some point of time is beginning a religion of the Bishnoi. And I think there's multiple hats he's wearing. You don't know exactly how to pinpoint to call it an underworld gang. I don't think it is that.
And is this real life sensational murder, does it make you really think as to, is it about law and order situation? What has gone wrong with your city, the city that you love so much, and the city where you work?
Yeah. See, I mean, the point for me is, in such a large country and so many, it's not like anywhere in the world they could stop crime forever. Even in an advanced country like US also, it happens, you know. So I think every once in a while something unexpected like this comes, and by being unpredictable, it can throw the entire system out of gear, because they're not prepared for a man like this, how to deal with him, you know. So I hope that it will be tackled, though I see it is not going to happen in the short time. You know, I don't think it's going to happen, because you have to change a lot of things, and so many institutions have to come together to tackle this. And then the whole him bringing the communal card and X and Y and everything, I feel it's going to be there for some time. Till it'll get worse before it gets better is what my prediction is.
Okay, as someone who has made so many mafia movies, you know, does this, you know, very, very sad episode make you inquisitive in terms of your film direction or film scripting area?
Yeah, I mean, as a filmmaker, I'll always be interested in something as dramatic, because eventually, as a filmmaker, I will want to mirror what's happening in real life, you know. So as a character, it interests me as a study, like a criminal professor is interested in crime, not for doing crime, but it is just as a matter of study. Yes, I'm definitely very interested because of that.
On Lawrence Bishnoi and the entire sensational murder?
Yes.
Okay. Ram Gopal Varma, your final thought. Of course, you know, I'm looking at your tweets, which have, of course, gone viral, and a lot of reactions coming in. You still feel that it is unthinkable and ridiculous?
No. See, when I use the word ridiculous, I thought like real life always throws up something which you can never imagine. I don't think even maybe 1 week back, somebody could have thought some random people will come from somewhere and shoot a man as big as Baba Siddique, you know, and then claim that they want to go after Salman because he killed a deer some 20 years back. I think the unpredictability of that kind of a character is what is making everyone talk about it, you know. So I think that is something which you can't predict, a person like this. And it is the personality of Bishnoi which is actually making the point. If in this entire equation, if you take out that him wanting to kill Salman because of the deer, I don't think anybody will be that interested, because killings happen all the time. It's not like it's such a, but in the way he's talking, for what he is doing, the motive is what which is shocking, which is completely something which no one has ever heard before.
All right, Ram Gopal Varma, thank you so much for joining us and
Thank you.
sharing your thoughts with NDTV.
Thank you.